Hey y'all, thank you so much for your support, financially, prayerfully, and some of you guys giving us rides up to SharpTop Cove. This past weekend, we sent over 30 kids to camp, which is a huge accomplishment for us leaders. You know, it's really neat to see kids hear the gospel for the first time. And it's also neat to see the kids that have been to camp before, but starting to fully understand what Jesus did for them. I have one kid in particular that I've gone to 3 camps with, and now I'm starting to see that things are starting to click. You know, Jesus was a person who was on the earth, you know, and he thinks that you're worth it. This guy's starting to understand that he's worth it to Jesus. And that's what we're here, that's what we're about at Wildlife. We're here to let kids know that God cares about them, and he cares about them so much that he sent his only son. This weekend has just been not only just a huge blessing to these students, but a blessing to us. I have one leader in particular who had never really been involved in ministry before, but has just come about and has just grown so much. And it's because of this mission of Young Life and Wildlife. We're not only affecting the students, we're affecting our leaders for the betterment of Jesus and the betterment of serving him. So thank you so much just for your prayers, your support. I can't wait to go to camp again. It's practically the best weekend and week of your life. And we say that to sell it to kids, but we say it to sell it to ourselves too. So thank you so much, and thank you for all that you do. We love you guys.
There's so many things that I want to tell y'all about camp. We had so much fun, and there's so many stories that I could tell y'all. But I want to specifically talk to y'all about Cheyenne. She's one of my friends that goes to Dawson Middle School. I really wanted her to go to camp. She wasn't one of the typical wildlife kids that we have. She doesn't come every week. She's probably only been about 2 times. But I've known her just from going to her basketball games and softball games and just hanging out and seeing her and, through mutual friends. But I knew that Cheyenne would really enjoy camp and that she would get a lot out of it, especially going into high school. So I decided that I really wanted to pursue her and get her to go. So I started texting her, and she said that she was really excited and that she wanted to go, but she never gave me a definite answer. So I was like, okay, well, that's a good sign, you know. So I kept texting her, and she kept saying yes, that she was excited. I wanted to bring a form for her to fill out to the middle school when we go in the morning. So I put it in my pocket, and I was like, okay, I'm going to see her, and I'm going to give it to her, and it's going to be it, you know. She's going to fill it out, and she's going to go. So, but it wasn't that easy. I get there, and I look all around, and she wasn't anywhere. So I hung out with some people, and, you know, I kept looking around, and she didn't come. And so it turned out that morning she was a little late for school, and so as we were about to leave, she comes in, and so I run up to her and I'm like, here you go, here's your form, fill it out, and, you know, and come to camp with us. And she's like, okay, yeah, I'll do that, you know. And a couple weeks later, or I guess a week later, I hadn't heard from her. She texted me and was like, I'm still excited, but, you know, there's still no definite answer. And I kept praying about it, and just hadn't heard anything. It gets down to crunch time, and I still hadn't heard a definite answer from Cheyenne, and it's the day before, and we're at club. At our leader meeting, we're praying, and we go around in a circle, and I decided to pray specifically for Cheyenne, just that she'll come to club, you know, bring her papers, and be able to go to camp. And so I prayed for that, and we were hanging out at club, and I'm looking around, I still don't see her, and I get kind of bummed out. But, you know, we go through the night anyways, and I'm on stage leading a game, and in walks Cheyenne. And I get so excited, I hand the mic over to Brittany, and I'm like, here, you know, take over. And I go down and I meet Cheyenne, and, you know, give her a great big hug, and so excited. She hands me her paper and everything, and her deposit, and I just get so excited. And she tells me that she can't stay for club, but she'll see me tomorrow. And so that night I just couldn't sleep. I was so excited, kept praying for her. And we get to where we meet before camp, and I find out that I get to ride to camp with Cheyenne, which is awesome. Not only do I get to go to camp with her, but I get to ride with her there and, you know, have that additional time with her. So we're hanging out, and she's just loving it. She's loving all the games, and she loves club, and I found out she gets to be in my cabin time group. We had so many girls that we had to break up into 2 different groups. So at cabin time, she's talking, and she's not getting very deep, but you know, she's answering questions and just telling me what she thinks, but it's never anything more than surface level. So after this in talk, she comes up to me and she says, "Lauren, I'd really like to talk to you." And I said, "I would love that." So we go out outside the cabin, and we sit in the rocking chairs. She tells me that everything's starting to click. She really is starting to understand what the speaker is saying, how there's this need, and there's nothing that she can do. There's a separation, and she knows that the only solution is Christ. So after our cabin time talk, Cheyenne came up to me and said that she really would like to talk to me. So we went outside and we sat in the rocking chairs, and she told me that she had never been saved before. And I said, "Well, you know what, Cheyenne, we can fix that right now." So we prayed, and that night Cheyenne became my sister.